Good evening, everybody. Selamat, salam sejahtera, 大家晚上好。Friends and fellow Singaporeans, let me start the national language. Saudara-saudari sekalian, apa khabar? Pilihan raya kali ini penting. Kita perlu memilih pemerintah yang kuat yang dapat mengemudi Singapura dengan selamat di tengah-tengah dunia yang sedang berubah-ubah. Dunia kini semakin tidak menentu, semakin bergelora. Kita mesti pilih pasukan yang baik untuk bentuk pemerintah dan memimpin kita harungi cabaran-cabaran mendatang. Kita perlukan pemerintah yang akan pastikan Singapura bersatu padu sebagai satu negara dan satu rakyat, biar apapun kesukaran yang kita hadapi. Sebagai Perdana Menteri sepanjang 2 dekad lalu, saya sangat hargai peluang istimewa bekerja rapat dengan masyarakat Melayu Islam demi mencapai aspirasi anda. Saya gembira ini diteruskan di bawah kepimpinan Perdana Menteri Lawrence Wong. Dengan perkongsian penuh kepencapaian yang erat itu, kita boleh bincangkan isu-isu secara berbuka dan terus tenang. Kita dapat cari cara yang terbaik untuk tangani isu-isu dalam konteks masyarakat majmuk kita. Beginilah cara masyarakat Melayu Islam dapat maju ke hadapan dan mencapai kejayaan. Singapura mesti kekal sebagai negara di mana semua kaum amalkan sikap saling bertolak ansur. Bukan di mana setiap kaum utamakan dan perjuangkan kepentingan mereka sendiri melebihi kepentingan negara atau memperkecil-kecilkan kepentingan kaum lain. Semua rakyat Singapura menerima hakikat ini. Inilah cara Singapura dan dasar berbilang kaum kita yang membolehkan semua kaum berkembang maju selama ini. Saya amat berterima kasih kerana masyarakat Melayu Islam telah menyokong pendekatan berbilang kaum ini dan dasar berbilang kaum pemerintah. Beginilah cara masyarakat Melayu Islam dapat maju ke hadapan dan mencapai kejayaan. Bukan sahaja dalam aspek sekular seperti pendidikan, pekerjaan dan pendapatan, tetapi juga dalam segi ruang yang anda miliki untuk amalkan kepercayaan anda. Sokonglah parti dan calon-calon yang menjunjung dan mencerminkan nilai berbilang kaum. Mereka yang menjaga semua penduduk, tidak kira bangsa atau agama, yang sentiasa mengutamakan kepentingan dan perpaduan negara. Parti itu ialah PAP. Undilah PAP supaya kita boleh terus kekalkan keharmonian kaum dan agama di Singapura bagi tahun-tahun mendatang. Undilah PAP yang boleh memimpin dengan cekap dan ada rancangan yang kukuh untuk bantu kita semua harungi cabaran mendatang. Marilah kita bersatu padu, bersama-sama melangkah ke hadapan sebagai satu rakyat, satu negara. Terima kasih. 各位同胞，大家晚上好。世界正在经历巨大的改变，经济前景非常不明朗。同时，大家都非常关心如何应对生活费上涨的压力。在这方面，行动党在这2-3年来不断推出了各项补助措施，尽量帮助国人减轻生活上的负担。除了 CDC voucher， 今年财政预算案继续有各种各样的津贴，每个月都有，每个家庭都有，每一个公民都有，大家都有。我们是一个大的家庭，我们都是一家人。同时，政府也密切关注外在的环境，环境继续演变，我们必须跟踪它。有事情、新的发展，我们有新的反应；有需要更多的帮忙，我们有能力，我们会采取更多的措施帮忙大家克服困难，渡过难关。有信心，不用害怕。 反对党说，我们必须有更多的反对党议员，才能有效地监督政府、制衡政府。但是现在国会里的反对党议员已经不少了，反对党议员越来越多，意味着政府议员必须是越来越少，这样肯定会削弱政府执政的能力，政府的才能的智库。并且这个不只是人数多少的问题，而许多选区里，我们有资深的部长领导我们的团队，所以你失去一个选区，你可能失去一个部长；失去2、3个选区，就失去2、3个部长。如果我们失去2、3个资深的部长，你想想，我可以补贴他，人是可以找到的，委命的另外一个人，同样的素质、同样的经验、同样的办事能力，有吗？例如严金勇部长，他是我们团队里一个主要的部长之一，主导经济、主导金融、主导我们外贸、主导我们的危机的反应。他现在在榜额基选区竞选，是激烈的竞选，打硬战。万一出了什么事情，谁要代替他？这么容易吗？反对党说我们的团队比你的便宜，选我们愿意为你效劳。我鼓励你们效劳，我鼓励他们效劳，但是请大家清楚记得，我们是小国，人才是根本。如果我们不尽量应用我们的人才，发挥我们的人才，这个是很不明智的做法，并且会伤害我们的生活，伤害我们的民生、我们的前途的做法。所以大家都必须了解，请大家支持我们的团队，请大家在榜额基选区，我替他们说一句话：战场，支持严金勇的团队。过去几天，大家可能注意到内政部正对外来干涉采取了行动。黄总理也提醒了大家，身份政治在新加坡没有立足之地。这个是很棘手的问题，通常选举时期我们不要去处理它的，但是这次我们不得不处理它，因为这个事情非常严重，有外国人士煽动种族和宗教的情绪，呼吁我们的国人以自己的种族和宗教信仰为先，支持能够为他们争取族群利益的候选人。换句话说，看宗教、看政治、看宗教、看你的信仰，去决定要不要支持你，要不要投你的票。这样的行为触犯了2大忌讳、2大禁忌。第一，外国人没有权利、没有理由干预新加坡的事。新加坡的政治是新加坡人的事情。外国人，谢谢你，我们不需要你们的帮忙，因为你们帮我们越帮越忙。第二，我国绝对不容许族群政治，我们绝对不允许政党或候选人试图利用种族、宗教课题来拉选票。我们的在新加坡，种族跟宗教必须和政治严厉的分开，混起来变成族群政治，我看对新加坡的会有很严重的影响。这个是我们建国的根本原则、根本的理念。如果我们变成族群政治的话，像其他国家，我争你扯，我所得到的是你必须放弃的，结果是一个很不愉快、很不平安、很不成功的社会。 对少数民族很不利，对多数民族也不好，也没有什么讨好。所以我们必须了解这一点，必须支持、坚持多元种族、多元宗教、政治、社会体系的政党，那就是人民行动党。其实这个东西已经是酝酿一段时期了，政府决定坚决的采取行动，反对党马上一个迫不及待的说：“我支持，我支持，我支持。”但是前天你们在哪里呢？如果政府没有采取行动的话，你会发言吗？所以呢，我们要知道哪一个政党是真正的诚意的坚持多元种族政策，哪一个政党能够确保我国的未来。这个不是新的问题，很多年前在金山集选区，大家可能记得，邓亮红先生也操作了种族沙文主义的情绪，是操作华族沙文主义的情绪，政府采取了果断的立场，跟他硬拼，结果李玉泉部长带领新加坡的行动党的团队击败了他。这一次是少数民族的，并且有些是国外的因素操作，我们同样坚决的去捍卫我们的原则，捍卫我们的立场。希望大家支持我们的原则，保护我们的国家，保护我们的前途。谢谢大家。Friends, tonight I want to talk about 4 things. What is this election about? Second, what can we do about the problems in the world which affect us? Thirdly, why you need a strong and good government to deal with all this. And fourthly, what the PAP can do for you. The world has changed. Every day you see new headlines. Tariffs, trade wars. I do this to you, you do this to me. Tomorrow the rules change. Day after, more changes come. Big trouble. What does it mean for us? It will be harder to make a living, harder to export, harder for our companies to have stable jobs, harder for people to predict what they can do over the next 5, 10, 15 years. And we have to understand that, and we have to be able to react to that. This time the problem is not transient. It's not going to go away because the world has changed. And we have to be psychologically prepared. We have to know what we can do about it. What have we done? First, we have already got a big package in this budget because we knew this was coming. And so we prepared for it. We made a big budget package, and it is being rolled out now. All kinds of things. CDC vouchers, GST vouchers, SG60 vouchers, Kids Life vouchers. You save. A typical family can receive maybe $5,000 from the government in various forms of help this year. It's not small. So when Pritam Singh says toothbrushes and ice cream, you can buy a lot of toothbrushes and ice cream with $5,000. And we can do more if we need to. We also have initiatives to help you with jobs, to help make sure that you can keep your job, that you can train for the next job, and if you have lost your job, to help you go into the next job. We have measures to plan for the future. Tan Kim Yong is chairing that. These are all tangible, forward-looking ways to help Singaporeans cope. We know what we are doing. You know that from your own experience. So when the WP says PAP's manifesto so short, no detail, mine 120 pages. Wow, 200 pages will be even better, though. We don't have to write it down. You look around you, you will know what Singapore has done, what PAP has done. We did it together, you with us, Singaporeans, with the PAP, with the government, with the unions. We could do it because we had a good team who could turn plans into reality. And we did it in the last term, during COVID. We got through lightly. Not so many deaths. Vaccinated everybody. No anxiety, but no upheavals. Relatively speaking, all went well. Why were we able to do that? We concentrated on fighting COVID. I got an election early. I got it out of the way. Now, if I had not done that, we would be footling around with politics in the middle of a crisis and people would have died. Lives would have been lost. But we lost one GRC in that election in 2020, Sengkang, and we lost Ng Chee Meng. Fortunately for us, Ng Chee Meng had the grit, the sense of responsibility, and he stood by his post. He helped us and got the unions to help us with his NTUC labor movement team to see through the crisis, help workers, train them, support them, encourage them, take care of them. And at the end, we came through. He proved himself reliable, trustworthy, committed. Therefore, this election, 2025, I recommended to the PM and the PM agreed and invited Chee Meng to stand again. And he is in Jalan Kayu SMC. I commend him to you wholeheartedly. I ask you to give him your full support. He will serve you well. So good government is about good people, good ministers, MPs, a team. And to do that, to have a good team, you must first vote them in, right? We have ministers and MPs and potential office holders all over Singapore and all the GRCs, including the hotly contested ones. And if you don't vote them in, every seat we lose, every GRC we lose, you lose a minister, well, okay, I make do. I lose 2 ministers, harder to make do. I lose 3 ministers, I'm in some trouble. I lose 1 key minister, I'm already in quite a lot of trouble. Gan Kim Yong is in Punggol. He went there because Teo Chee Hean is retiring and he is taking care of Punggol. There's a hot fight there. What does Gan Kim Yong do? He's the Deputy Prime Minister. That's just a title. But he is in charge of the economy. He's in charge of MAS. He's in charge of our foreign trade. He's been talking to the USTR trade representative even during this campaign. And he's in charge of our crisis response to survive whatever tariffs and upheavals and trade wars are to come. You lose him, you can replace him. Somebody cheaper? Are you sure you want to save money like that? It's very expensive to save money like that. Please understand. So I hope everybody all over Singapore understands, and especially in Punggol, please understand, support Gan Kim Yong, vote for him, make sure that PM Lawrence Wong has a good man in cabinet who can do a lot for Singapore. The opposition says, no problem. We need more opposition MPs in Parliament. You see, we ask a lot of questions. PAP don't ask questions. What's the proof? He says, income allowance. He says, no PAP Labour MP ask questions, but Workers' Party asked. Wow, lawa. But what he didn't tell you is, the Labour Party may not, the Labour MPs may not have asked questions, but 6 PAP MPs asked questions. Only 1 Workers' Party member did. So, in fact, you don't need the Workers' Party to ask 1 extra question, right? 6, it covers everything already. And when somebody tells you half the story and then leaves one half closed and doesn't tell you, you wonder what on earth is he hiding? So you open the curtain, that's what it's about. But income was a serious matter because the labor movement had made an arrangement to sell income to Allianz, share of it, and they felt it was a reasonable deal, and they supported it. And the government, looking at it, says, well, it meets all our legal requirements, it meets our MAS regulations, I think we can support it too. But after the issue was discussed further and we went further into the matter, the government has found out more things and decided, no, we have to change our mind. We have to say we oppose this deal, we will block it, but we have to change legislation, change the law so that we can block it. NTUC cannot do that, the government has to do that. But it shows we are brothers with them, symbiotic relationship. You make a decision, I look at it impartially, objectively, afresh. There's no groupthink. We understand why you did it, you have to understand why we did it, and we are accountable to Singapore for doing the right thing. Workers' Party had nothing to do with this. When we went for the legislation, Workers' Party abstained. So if it had been left to the Workers' Party as government, then the deal would have gone through because they didn't oppose it, right? Now, you didn't do anything, and you want to tell me that vote more of me in so that I can do more for you. What for? 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 10 times 0 is also 0. So our system works. And therefore, in this election, I ask you in all seriousness, not a tactical, not a rhetorical argument, but in all seriousness, don't try to count. Give him a little bit more votes, give him or him, try to get maybe just 2 or 3 more MPs from the opposition is very nice. You will not get it right and we can mess everything up. Just vote according to your heart. You think PAP is good? Vote for it. You think we are bad? Vote against us. Don't play games. It's very dangerous. Finally, let me say something about the dangers of mixing race and religion in politics, which has been in the news recently. The government came out very strongly on this. It's a very sensitive matter. This is the middle of a very hot election campaign, but the matter came up. We had to raise it. We could not wait. Because foreigners have no business to interfere in Singapore politics, and whether foreigner or Singaporean, race and religion have to be kept separate from politics. And in this case, what was the subject about? It's still circulating online, and you can see it, and it's still causing trouble. MPs and candidates are being attacked because they're not championing the causes of their own racial or religious group stridently enough. People are saying, that chap is not fierce enough. I will be fiercer. Vote for me. I will champion this. And there's a foreign political party which is asking Singaporeans to vote for this or that Malay or Muslim candidate on the basis of how staunch a Muslim he or she might be. What business is it of theirs? And even if it is their business, is that the right way to do it? So Singaporeans have to understand that this is happening, realize the dangers, and stand up and reject it forcefully and affirm we are one people regardless of race, language, or religion. Now, this has been going on for some time, but now, after the PAP government stood up and put its position out clearly and acted to block the foreign sites, all the other parties straight away within days says, I also agree, I also agree, I also agree. Day before yesterday, where were you? You didn't notice? You didn't know? Or what bodo? So, when you go into elections, vote for the party which stands for multiracialism. Vote for the candidates which uphold multiracialism, really and truly and from the bottom of your heart. And if you do that, this system can work. There are people who are many Singaporeans who are convinced that this is the right way for Singapore. Multiracialism, give and take, meritocracy, one Singapore. From the day of independence, in fact from before, because there were people like this, we got kicked out of Malaysia, and because the people were like this after we were kicked out from Malaysia, we stood and we built today's Singapore. And even today, I make this appeal to Singaporeans of all races and all religions. Stand with that ideal. It serves us well. It's good for the minority communities. It's good for the majority community too. If you clash, if politics becomes race-based, Chinese party, Indian party, Malay party, Muslim party, Christian party, Hindu party, there are a lot of such things all over, not very far away. And we fight. We all lose. Don't do that. Know it seriously and consider that when you vote. So, but this election is not just about that. It's fundamental, but there are other things on the agenda. So let us focus back on matters that Singaporeans are concerned with, because a changed and troubled world lies ahead of us. But we are not powerless. We have agency. To help ourselves, we need to choose a good government that can bring us through the troubles ahead. One that will bring steady hands and concrete plans to help us all pull through. One that's honest and open with you, that you can trust to fight for you and fight for your children too. We don't tell lies, and we don't tell lies about not telling lies. We speak the truth to you and to everyone. That is one thing which can keep Singapore special for many years to come. We've had such a good team for 60 years now, more than, led by the PAP. At every election, we have refreshed it. This time, we are bringing in people with the right values. We are introducing a good mix of experience and fresh, young energy. We are bringing a new resolve to take Singapore forward. Actually, I don't think the PAP has done badly by Singaporeans. Do you? And I would say that even the opposition MPs and leaders know that. Why do I say that? Because after 60 plus years, they don't say, vote me, change, I will be better. They say, don't worry, I only got less than 1/3 of the seats contested. So you are sure to have a strong PAP government after the election. Therefore, you can vote for me. Everything is correct except the last bit. And that means we have lived up to our responsibilities, we have upheld the trust, we have done the right thing, and our conscience is clear by Singaporeans. We could do this for one very important reason, because you have supported us, your parents and your grandparents supported us, and supported our older generation PAP leaders, and Singaporeans understood what was at stake. They knew it's not masak-masak, it's not mine-mine, it's not playing goalie. It is your lives, our lives. It is our children's futures. It is Singapore's fate in a very dangerous world. And if we don't know that, then the dangers will eat us up. But we know that, we uphold what we know works, we support people who will serve you, and you will have Singapore prospering, thriving, and making us proud, standing tall in the world for many years to come. Thank you very much.